Ever wondered why we laugh when we're scared? It's a peculiar reaction, isn't it? Normally, a hearty chuckle is associated with pleasure or amusement, a visceral response to a great joke or a hilarious mishap. But then there's this strange paradox where we find ourselves laughing in the face of fear, our giggles punctuating the screams at a horror movie premiere. Now, isn't that a strange twist? Scientists are just as puzzled as we are. Despite countless investigations into this phenomenon, they still haven't cracked the mystery of why we laugh when we're scared. But don't worry, they aren't completely in the dark. They've got some pretty compelling theories up their sleeves. So, does laughter serve as a social signal, communicating our fear to others? Or is it a defense mechanism, a way to deny our fear and convince ourselves that everything is okay? Or could it be a way to regulate our emotions, to balance out the terror with humor? So what are these theories? Let's dive in. One of the most popular theories revolves around the inherently social nature of laughter. Primatologist Signe Preuschoft's study on macaque laughter brings forth an intriguing perspective. Preuschoft found that when these primates felt threatened by a dominant macaque, they responded with laughter or smiles, coupled with submissive body movements. This suggests that fearful laughter might be an expression of submission, a way of admitting fear and expressing a desire to avoid conflict. It's as if the laughter is sending out a peace treaty, a plea for mercy. Contrastingly, another theory, proposed by physician Alex Lickerman, views fearful laughter as a form of denial. Picture yourself in a haunted house, heart racing, palms sweating, but laughing all the while. According to Lickerman, that laughter is your way of telling yourself and others that everything is okay, even when it's not. It's a brave face, a mature defense mechanism, as he calls it. This laughter signals both to ourselves and others that we believe in our ability to endure the fear, to come out the other side unscathed. So, whether laughter in the face of fear is a white flag or a battle cry, it's clear that it's more than just a noise. It's a message, a social signal, a communication tool. Whether it's a form of submission or denial, it seems our laughter is sending a message to those around us. Some experts, however, see fearful laughter as part of a broader emotional regulation mechanism. They propose that these seemingly incongruous responses, like laughing when terrified or crying when overjoyed, are our mind's way of restoring emotional balance. Imagine the teeter-totter of your emotions. Laughter and tears are the counterweights that keep you from tipping over. Moreover, there's an intriguing connection between horror and humor, both having roots in incongruity and transgression. Incongruity is when something goes against our expectations or breaks a social norm, while transgression refers to the violation of social or moral boundaries. Both humor and horror play with these elements, often to different effects. Take, for instance, the film The Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter's infamous line, "I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti," is incongruous, thus evoking laughter. Yet it's also terrifying because it highlights his cannibalistic tendencies. The incongruity here straddles the line between humor and horror, making it both funny and frightening. In essence, the phenomenon of fearful laughter is multifaceted and complex. It's a cocktail of social communication, emotional regulation, and cognitive incongruity. So maybe we laugh at horror movies because we're responding to the incongruity as much as the danger. We're not just expressing fear or denying it, but also navigating the emotional tightrope between the unexpected and the terrifying. So, why do we laugh when we're scared? Is there a definitive answer? It's a fascinating question, and as with many things in psychology, there isn't a one-size-fits-all response. The theories we've discussed offer a few intriguing possibilities. One idea is that laughter serves as a social signal, an expression of submission when faced with fear. It's a way of saying, "I'm scared, but I don't want any trouble." Another perspective suggests that our laughter is a form of denial, a brave front we put up to convince ourselves and those around us that we're not as terrified as we seem. Yet another theory proposes that laughter, in the face of fear, is a mechanism for emotional regulation. It helps us maintain our emotional balance when we're on the edge of being overwhelmed. It's also linked to our response to incongruity, the unexpected. which is a common element in both humor and horror. While there's no single explanation, it seems that our laughter might be a complex interplay of social communication, emotional regulation, and our response to the unexpected.